Hey, what's up guys? My name is Ilyas and this is your 45th tutorial. And in the last tutorials, or the last tutorial, which was the 45th, the 44th, we had this get request, which works very simple. It just accesses a sample.html file, and AJAX runs this function when the request is done, and it sends this data to us to the front end, and we can work with it and stuff. So we can just load this HTML content and everything. But well, this GET request is actually very simple, and well, this is the simplest request we can ever make using using jQuery. Well, actually, the simplest request would be just accessing it like this, but it won't make sense. So we just open this document on the server and nothing happens, which doesn't make sense. And you know, AJAX is actually interactivity between the front and between like the client and server. So and it also requires a server side. Well, in the last 44 tutorials, we didn't write any server side code, and I'll be writing some code in PHP in the next tutorials, but you don't have to be afraid. So you don't have to actually learn this PHP stuff because this tutorial is on jQuery. But anyway, for you to know that every AJAX application also requires lots of server-side code. So let's just imagine you are a front developer and I'm a server-side programmer, PHP programmer, and our boss says like, hey Ilyas, go ahead and do the server-side stuff, and for example your name is Nick, and Nick, go ahead and create a nice user interface and an AJAX request which will communicate with server.php or something. Well, anyway, I came up with an idea of creating an AJAX login or something like that. Well, the reason why I decided to do this, the thing, because I think this is the best way how to learn more about AJAX and how it works with the server and stuff. So let's just go ahead and get rid of this code which we wrote in the previous tutorial. And we also need the login box, of course. So I'll just create a div element around this button. And we don't need this text anymore. I'll just rename it to sign in. And this is going to be, hold on, I did a mess. This is going to be our login box, and I'll also set its ID to be login box. So let me style it real quick, do some CSS. Login box, width like 240 pixels, height a little bit like this, and make sure it's centered, and make sure it's a little bit in the center, in the middle of the page in terms of the height. So margin top, well, I'm actually right now very lazy, so I'm not going to make it perfect, but anyway, we have this login box, but we don't have a text box for it. So input type equals text, placeholder, I don't know, your username, and another input for the password, your password. So, and I'll set its ID to be username and this ID to be password like this. So let's see what we get. So we have the simple form, but let me just add a new line break after the second text box. Well, it doesn't look perfect, but well, it's enough for our tutorial. So I won't make this tutorial anymore, unfortunately, but I already announced that we are going to make this jQuery login stuff using AJAX. So I'll see you guys in the next tutorial, and I hope you would watch the next tutorial right away after you close this tutorial.